Welcome to chapter 4 of digital communication, bandpass modulation and demodulation. Module 6 includes M-array phase shift keying, that is MPSK. Total number of symbols in M-array PSK is equal to M for the previous two PSKs, that is 2-array PSK and 4-array PSK. We have studied in 2-array PSK the input symbols were 0 and 1. For 4-array PSK, that is also known as QPSK, input symbols were 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Next option is 8-array PSK. For getting that 8 symbols, we have to take 3 bits together like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, etc. 1, 1, 1. Similarly, n bits can be taken together. We will get 2 raised to n combinations. That 2 raised to n is equal to m. So the possible values are 2 array, 4 array, 8 array, 16 array, 32 array, 64 array, etc. Number of bits per symbol is equal to log of m to the base 2, that is equal to n. Like a 4-array system, log 4 to the base 2, 2 bits are taken together. 8-array system, log of 8 to the base 2, 3 bits should be taken together. Next, 16-array PSK, log of 16 to the base 2, 4 bits are taken together. So like this system can be extended for a M-array system. Bit rate is always same for any modulation system, that is 1 upon bit interval is equal to FB bits per second. Baud rate, that is also known as symbol rate, is equal to 1 upon NTB. That depends upon how many bits we are taking together. 1 upon NTB, that is equal to FB by N, symbols per second. For a binary system, N is equal to 1, so it is a FB symbols per second and FB bits per second are same. And QPSK, N is equal to 2. Meaning of N is how many bits are taken together. N is equal to 2. So the baud rate is equal to FB by 2. That is bit rate by 2 symbols per second in QPSK. In 8-array PSK, FB by 3. 16-array PSK, FB by 4, etc. And the phase difference is equal to 2 pi by m. Because total phase can be considered as 2 pi. And 2 pi divided by 2, that is the case for a BPSK. 2 pi by 4, that is the case for a QPSK. And it can be extended to 2 pi by m, that is for a M-array PSK modulation. Here I am showing the block diagram of a modulator. B of t is the input signal with each bit duration is equal to TB second, that is given to serial input parallel output with a clock period of n TB second. Now depends upon the requirement of the modulation, the n TB should be changed. If it is a QPSK, take 2 TB. If it is 8-array PSK, 3 TB. 16-array PSK, 4 TB, etc. For a general result, for M-array PSK, n TB second. When it is n TB second, we will get n parallel bits. Duration of each bit will be n TB second, that is equal to TS second. That is given to digital to analog converter. And the function of digital to analog converter is to generate an equivalent voltage according to the input bits combination. So here total number of combinations are 2 raised to n is equal to m. That is why here we will get m different voltages. V1t, V2t, etc. Vm of t depends upon the combination. Like in a QPSK, it may be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 or 1, 1. So we will get 4 combinations, so 4 voltages. And for a 8-array PSK, 3 parallel bits, B1, B2, B3. So there are 8 combinations, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 8 different voltages we will get here. So according to the input voltage, we want to generate a sinusoidal signal with the variation in terms of phase. That is a function of this block. Sinusoidal signal source phase controlled by VIT. So depends upon the input voltage. We generate sinusoidal signal with constant frequency and constant amplitude, but phase should be changed according to the input voltage. And the voltage will change according to the combination. That means according to your information bits, we will get different phase signal at the output side. Expression is written V m array psk t is equal to root 2 ps cos of omega 0 t plus 2i plus 1 into pi by m, where I is equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. m minus 1. So by substituting 0 to m minus 1, we will get m different signals with constant amplitude, constant frequency, but only phase is going to change. And the phase difference between two adjacent signals will be 2 pi by m. This also can be written like this, root 2 ps cos of omega 0 t plus phi I. So now we can apply, that is cos a plus b, that is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, that is applied here, root 2 ps cos phi I cos omega 0 t minus root 2 ps sin phi I sin omega 0 t. So in cos phi I there is no t term, so that is why root 2 ps into cos phi I is taken as ae into cos omega 0 t minus ao sin omega 0 t. That E and O actually we are taken from that QPSK system. QPSK with the cos omega 0 t we used a BET, and with the sin omega 0 t we have used BOT. So that is why the same notation is used here. AE, don't write AET because it is not varying with respect to time. AE cos omega 0 t minus AO sin omega 0 t. That is the expression of M array PSK signal. Coherent receiver. For a coherent receiver, carrier has to be regenerated from the received signal, and the regenerated carrier is going to multiply with the received signal. Then it is known as coherent receiver. Coherent receivers are also known as synchronous receiver. In terms of probability of error, it will be minimum, and complexity point of view, this is the most complex receiver system. For a BPSK, the received signal is squared, then 2 omega naught and divided by 2. Later we studied QPSK, raised to 4 omega naught and divided by 4. Now our general result, M array PSK raised to m omega naught and divided by m. Using these three blocks, the carriers can be regenerated, that is sin omega 0 t and cos omega 0 t. So the received signal is multiplied with the sin omega 0 t, at the same time received signal is multiplied with the cos omega 0 t. Integration over that symbol interval 0 to t a second, and then the output voltage is given to analog to digital converter. Or you can make like this also, switch and decision device. So this analog to digital converter is a combination of sampler and decision device. So here we are calculating the output of integrator. S1 of Ts is equal to integrate 0 to Ts AE cos omega 0 t minus AO sin omega 0 t. That is the expression of PSK multiplied with the sin omega 0 t dt. When sin omega 0 t is multiplied with the cos omega 0 t, product integration result will be 0. Then sin omega 0 t into sin omega 0 t, it will be sin square omega 0 t. Integration result will be Ts by 2. So finally the output will be proportional to AO. Similarly, this will be proportional to AE. So these voltages are proportional to AO and AE. So the function of ADC is to generate the equivalent bits at the output side. At the transmitting side, from this bits it generated analog voltage. Similarly, from this voltage now generate the equivalent bits at the output side. So that's a function of analog to digital converter here. This block can be used for any PSK, like 8 array PSK, 16 array PSK, 32 array PSK, for any PSK system. Only thing is you just change the number here. If it is a 8 array PSK, right here 8 omega naught divided by 8, and there is no difference here, and it will be here 1, 2, etc. 3. For 8 it will be 3, and for 16 it will be 4. Similarly, the same transmitter block diagram also can be used. Only thing is that N and M should be written according to the given number. Third topic is power spectral density, power spectrum, bandwidth and spectral efficiency. Here the baseband signal duration is n TB second with amplitude plus minus 1. So that is why PST baseband signal is n TB sync square f n TB. For a BPSK we have written 1 TB sync square f TB. For QPSK we have written 2 TB sync square f 2 TB. For 8 array PSK 3 TB sinc square F 3 TB. So general result n TB sinc square F n TB, where n is log of m to the base 2. Carrier GCF is equal to PST of carrier is equal to PS by 2 delta F minus F naught plus delta F plus F naught. Now between these two convolution, first product of these two, PS into NTB by 2, that's written here. Sinc square F NTB convolution delta F minus F naught is sinc square F minus F naught into NTB plus sinc square F NTB convolution delta F plus F naught. Answer sinc square F plus F naught into NTB. Now for getting the center point of this main lobe, substitution F minus F naught into NTB is equal to 0. That will give F minus F0 is equal to 0 and F is equal to F0. That is why at F is equal to F0, the center point of main lobe will come. Negative of this will be here. Next, for getting this null point, F minus F naught into NTB is equal to 1. That will give the answer F minus F naught is equal to 1 upon NTB. 1 by NTB is same as FB by N. And F is equal to F naught plus FB by N. That is why it is written here F naught plus FB by N. So every time two substitutions, equal to 0, get the value of F, equal to 1, get the value of F. And these two values are here. Once we know this width, the same width can be repeated for completing the answer. Left side also same width, everywhere same width will come. Now width of the main lobe is the minimum required bandwidth, F naught plus FB by N and F naught minus FB by N. So the width of the main lobe is 2FB by N. And this value we are getting like this. When you are substituting F is equal to F naught here, sinc square F naught minus F naught, that is sinc square 0. Sinc square 0 is equal to 1 and into PS NDB by 2. That is why here PS NDB by 2 at F is equal to F naught and F is equal to minus F naught. So bandwidth is 2FB by N. From this general result, we are able to again write bandwidths of 2 array PSK, 4 array PSK, 8 array PSK or any PSK modulation system. Spectral efficiency is bitrate upon bandwidth. Bitrate is FB bits per second upon bandwidth is 2FB by N. So answer is N by 2 bits per second per hertz. So here I made a table for different modulation system. When N is equal to 1, M is equal to 2. Name of the modulation is BPSK. Bandwidth is 2FB. Spectral efficiency 0.5 bits per second per hertz. N is equal to 2, M is equal to 4. Name of the modulation is QPSK or offset QPSK. Bandwidth requirement for transmitting QPSK signal is FB hertz and spectral efficiency 1 bit per second per hertz, etc. For any PSK modulation, bandwidth and spectral efficiency can be determined from these two results. From this it is clear, when you are increasing the M value, bandwidth requirement is going to reduce and spectral efficiency is going to increase. What is the meaning of this 1 bit per second per hertz is, if the bandwidth of the channel is 1 kilohertz, using QPSK, 1 kilo bits can be transmitted per second. But using 16 array PSK, 2 kilo bits can be transmitted per second. And using BPSK, only 500 bits can be transmitted per second. That's the meaning of a spectral efficiency. So spectral efficiency can be increased by increasing the M number. So in terms of spectral efficiency, BPSK is the least spectrally efficient PSK modulation. Probability of error, Euclidean distance and signal space diagram. Signal space diagram is also known as signal constellation or geometrical representation. First step, write expression of PSK, that is root 2 PS cos of omega 0 t plus 2 I plus 1 into pi by m. Second step, write the reference signal with the amplitude root 2 by ts, that's only difference. Root 2 by ts cos of omega 0 t plus 2i plus 1 into pi by m. This is normalized vector. Energy of this vector over the interval 0, ts is equal to 1. That is why it is called normalized. Then third step, write the first equation in terms of Ri of t. So first expression and third expressions are always same. So that is root PSTS into Ri of t. Root PSTS into this. When you are multiplying these two, you can see you will get the same expression. So root PSTS into Ri of t. So I'll start with this x-axis, that is root 2 by ts cos omega 0 t, then substituting I is equal to 0. When I is equal to 0, it will be root 2 by ts cos of omega 0 t plus pi by m. So plus pi by m, I'll get r0 t. Along this vector, I'll get a point with this distance, root psts. So from origin to this point, the distance will be root psts. This is the first signal point. Then substitute I is equal to 1. So it will be 3 pi by m. So from x-axis, 3 pi by m. That will be the second vector, that is r1 of t. Along this vector also, we will get one signal point with the same distance, root psts. Like this, we will get total m vectors. Along each vector, we will get one signal point with a distance root psts from origin. So total number of signal points are m, and the difference between two adjacent signal points is known as Euclidean distance. So I'll make a straight line here. This distance is called Euclidean distance. Here we are getting a triangle, and for this triangle we know this side is root psts, this side is also root psts, and the angle between these two is equal to 2 pi by m. So the cosine rule can be used for calculating this distance d, that is the third side. Thus that result I am writing here, theta a b c. So c square is a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta. We know the value of a, b and theta, so we can determine the value of c. And in our case, that c is equal to d. So d square is equal to a square. A square is psts, so it's psts, plus b square. B square is again psts minus 2 into a into b, that is 2 into psts into cos theta is equal to 2 pi by m. So from this, take 2 psts outside, because addition of these two will be 2 psts, and here also 2 psts. So 2 psts into 1 minus cos 2 pi by m, and 1 minus cos 2 theta can be written as 2 sin square theta. So 2 psts 2 sin square pi by m. From that, d can be written as square root of this. So 2 into 2 4, square root is 2, root psts into sin pi by m. So this also can be written as 2 into root ps into ntb into sin pi by m, or 2 into root neb sin pi by m. N into tb, that is ps into tb is energy, that is a n into eb, bit energy, or this can be written as a symbol energy, psts. Probability of bit error is, general result is half complementary error function square root of d square by 4 eta. Substitute the d value what we got now, that is half complementary error function square root of d square, that is 4 into neb sin square pi by m upon 4 eta, 4 cancel. So answer is half complementary error function square root of neb sin square pi by m upon eta. And this is bit error. Meaning of bit error is 1 received as 0 and 0 received as 1. Now the second error is called symbol error, and the meaning of that symbol error is this symbol is transmitted, then what is the probability that this is going to be received as this symbol or this symbol, because these two are the two adjacent symbols. So with respect to one symbol, there are two adjacent symbols. That is why when you are calculating probability of symbol error, 2 into probability of bit error. So the answer is 2 into 1 by 2, that is complementary error function square root of neb sin square pi by m upon eta. From this result, you can make a table for different PSK modulation like a 2 array, 4 array, 8 array, 16 array, etc. Then you will get an answer. M increasing, distance decreasing, and probability of error is going to increase except for QPSK modulation. For BPSK and QPSK, we will get the maximum Euclidean distance. That Euclidean distance is 2 into root EB. For 8 array PSK onwards, it is less than 2 EB, 2 into root EB. So that is why in terms of probability of error, BPSK and QPSK are the best PSK modulations. But out of these two, QPSK is better than BPSK in terms of spectral efficiency. Because BPSK needs 2 FB hertz bandwidth, QPSK needs only FB hertz bandwidth. So when you are combining these two, that is spectral efficiency and power efficiency or probability of error, QPSK is one of the best PSK modulations. Thank you.